What's up, everybody? Hope you had a good Easter, got to spend it with friends, loved ones, and I don't want to say most importantly, but hopefully the food was delicious. Make it a trifecta. Good people, good laughs, good food. Or you could just sat around alone miserable and ate a pizza or party pizza, a hot pocket of peanut butter jelly, whatever you did, as long as the food was, good enough and you enjoyed yourself, that's all that matters to me when it comes to that. So I wanted to get that out of the way. Hopefully you guys checked out the other ones by now, the Craftsman Truck Series Dirt Race at Bristol, the Supercross Triple Crown. If you haven't done it yet, I don't know why, but they're out and really good. And I still don't know how to feel about the Cup Series thing at, Bristol in the dirt. Um, I think it's better than the first race at Bristol on the dirt. I think they've improved on it, vastly. At least, granted, the first one was during the day and you really couldn't see anything. So I do think it's better. I think the racing is better than it was in first one. Granted, it doesn't take much to be better than the first one because I thought that was abysmal. But once again, it's kind of like how I consider the LA Memorial Coliseum, thing. The heat races were better than the actual race just because there's so many people on the track. It just turns into bumper cars and people slamming and, dumb stuff. And, that's my problem with it. You know, Granted, there was better racing and people, Logano moved through the field. There were people doing that, but there was just a lot of stupid. And that's a problem. They had dirt ringers like Jonathan Davenport drove for colleagues, said it was a novelty race and not really a dirt race at all. And he comes from a dirt background, so he kind of knows these things. Uh, Kyle Larson was on pole, said they need to not race on the dirt at Bristol and to go back to the concrete. And, I don't think they do themselves any favor with this one, but, once they changed the banking and progressive bank and the racing, quality lowered and they had to start using sticky stuff to get anything. And, all of that, like it started going down and they haven't done anything to make it better. And then they also have it on Easter night. So, that doesn't help them in the stands. No matter what, people are going to be running their mouth. Like that doesn't help them at all. But, Kyle's on pole. He's a dirt guy. Said they need to race on concrete. The actual dirt racer, dirt racer said it. And again, it was better than the first. It wasn't bad, but there was just so much, like the LA Coliseum, the heat races were better because once you got that many cars on track, people were just slamming into each other. And, I mean, while that might excite the people that, are just casual fans or all that, or watch it for the wrecks, I like it for actual racing. And I don't know. Could just be me. Again, I thought it was an entertaining race. And I thought it was, again, they've improved it, since the first one. It's just more and more it's turning into a slam derby like the Coliseum. And it's not really my cup of tea. Well, I could watch people run each other over all the time. That's why we have like demolition derbies and, stuff like that. Just saying. But Food City, dirt race, Bristol, heat races, which were far superior. Point total for passes and such. That's how you make the starting lineup. Whoever had the most points, only green flag laps count, which I'm okay with. And again, people like Walter that say they should all count, be the only ones that count in races. What do you call like places like Infineon, Sears Point, Sonoma, whatever the hell. They take forever to get around under green, let alone under caution. Like the race would take 9 years if we only counted green laps. In some situations, I liked it in this one, but much better racing. Again, only 10 cars on the track. I think 9 in the last one. Way less chance of idiocy to happen because there's not 39 of them slamming into each other. But Heat 1, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Alex Bowman on the front row. Ended up seeing Austin Dillon get the win, Tyler Reddick second, Christopher Bell third. No surprise there. Heat 2, Blaney and Briscoe on the front row. And then we saw Ryan Blaney win. Chase Briscoe finish second, William Byron third, and he's gotten a lot better. He continues to get better every one, that William Byron, so kudos to him. Heat 3, Ty Dillon spun around on the fast laps before the end. They bunched everyone up to go, so kind of made me smile. No surprise there. He wrecked before they even technically started. But Eric Jones and Corey LaJoie started out front. Kyle Larson passed the whole entire field in turn one, got the lead, got the win. Ryan Preece was second, which was surprising, but again, he closed right up on Kyle. And he was much straighter going through the turns and seemed to have that down there. Again, Cole Custer's car last year. Cole had the pole, but it was really, cool to see. And JJ Yeley, of all people, up there made a lot of passes, finished third. Not the name you expect to see up there. So that was exciting. I was glad to see it. for that little team. Kudos to them. Fourth heat race. Sorry for the door squeaking. She doesn't do anything subtly. I'm sorry. But Bubba Wallace and Jonathan Davenport on the front row to start. Bubba ended up getting the win. He looked much better than they did last year. I think he looked better again having Reddick there. It has to be a big help for the team altogether. Yeah, figuring it out, setups, all of that. Kyle Busch was second though. Austin Cindric third. And then we get to the main attraction, the Food City Dirt Race at Bristol. Stages 75, 75, and 100. For a change, it actually made sense. Unlike the truck race in Texas where they went backwards for some reason, that one made sense. Non-competitive pit stops again. Pit crews were home. Only the mechanics were there to do stuff. Only change tires during those, except for if you get a flat, then you can only do that. Tire and carry on. But a lot of the same. Kyle Larson on pole, Austin Dillon second, and a lot of wrecks, incidents, and stupidity happened throughout the race. I mean, a lot of cautions. Some people spun that weren't cautions that we thought were going to be, so it could have been worse. It's amazing. People spin around, they get it going again when they're on dirt, and NASCAR doesn't throw the caution every time. But the second someone gets a little squirrely, they throw a caution normally on asphalt, regardless of speed. It's amazing, the difference that we have there. But shout out to Michael McDowell, because that's where at least 2-3 times maybe went around, no one hit him, managed to do a full 360 and carry on in a straight line. Did that a few times, so that was pretty good on him. And I like seeing him up front. And that team, they're getting better. Are they the greatest? No, but do they keep improving? Yes. And you see, them both up there. Every year they get a little farther up front, and that's really, really good to see. I still think they're doing Todd Gilliland dirty, but a whole other story. But good to see that. Kyle Larson won stage one under caution. Tyler Reddick won stage two. And then Christopher Bell won the race under caution. And for a change, I agree. Because that one needed to happen. It was Chastain, just stopped right up there in the racing groove. That one they had to, throw it. So I'm not mad about that because that actually made sense. It wasn't the field wrecking behind the leaders at Talladega, so they throw the caution. Then we all have to go back and look at videos and, pictures from the last, sensor they went by and all that, and they could just let them go because they're not coming anywhere near them again. Dumb stuff like that. Those cautions bother me. This one made sense for safety purposes. He was in the top groove of the racing groove. They had to get out of the way. They had to stop it. So good to see them do that. I'm okay with it. And it was good to see a dirt guy finally, win one of these. Logano got the first one. No one saw that coming. Last year, Reddick was dominating. Briscoe tried to get him in the last turn, end up wrecking. Kyle Busch gets the win because of that. This year, we finally got Chris Rebelli, a dirt guy, to actually get the win. So that was really cool to see that happen. And again, I'm not mentioning all the wrecks because there was just so many in cautions and all that, but really cool to see him do that. And a great, the top six really shows Christopher Bell first, dirt guy. Tyler Reddick second, dirt guy. Austin Dillon has a team, runs, races, dirt, third. Ricky Stenhouse, fourth, dirt guy. Chase Briscoe, fifth. Justin Haley, sixth. Names you expect to see up there. Martin Truex Jr., seventh. He's gotten, really good at that. Todd Gilliland, eighth, because he's super talented. I don't know why they, has to drive for Rick Ware for some races because, Zane got some rides. I just think that's doing him dirty. Kevin Harvick, ninth. Ty Gibbs, 10th. Another good run for him. Then we got to see Michael McDowell, 11th. Bubba Wallace, 12th. A good run for both of them. William Byron, 13th. Eric Jones, 14th. Harrison Burton, 15th. And I believe Ty Dillon finished 22nd, which for him is, really good run. Behind his teammate, but again, dirt race, I don't even really count that. If you just heard that weird sound, that was my stomach, which is terrifying. But it was good. But I don't know. Again, when it comes down to all of it, the grand scheme, it's Bristol under the lights was always a thing, but they always used to be able to sell out the day too, or not have as big of a problem as they do now. Discrepancy between them. I think that the redoing all that in the banking, hurt them. I think, because it hurt the racing. And if it's not good racing, no one's going to pay money, especially in today's economy, to go and see it. So I think that that didn't help. And again, I'm not saying it was bad. It was better than the first year during the day. I mean, visibility though was terrible. Like caution every 9 seconds. Like it just, I don't know. I think I don't know. Knowing them, they're going to keep it going. Yeah, they got to do something besides that. And again, having it on Easter night, to get people there isn't going to work. Um, just a whole lot of that. I don't get it, but still, I mean, good racing. You got to see some good racing amidst all the stupidity and a lot of people just running each other over. So, it is what it is. Points though, leaving Christopher Bell first, Ross Chastain second at -23, and Kevin Harvick's third at -26. How about that after this run of terrible luck that Stuart Haas had for the longest time there? So that's really, really cool to see him out there in third after well over a year of just see if they maintain it. But regardless, just to say the few races in that he's anywhere near the top after the last while is really, really cool. And my closing thought, Priest to Larson, that was intentional. And then him spinning it at the end. But can't yell at people and say this, that, and the other, and then have, you know, that happen. There was intention behind all of that. And everyone's saying, well, it's the difference between that and Denny. Denny went on the air and said that he did it on purpose. So he left them no choice. And people saying it was unprecedented. Well, it's unprecedented for someone to do that and then go on a podcast and say, yeah, what I did it intentionally, what I meant to do it. You can't go and admit those things while you're on a live microphone podcast for the whole world to hear, because it turns out that makes it much easier for the sanctioning body to give you the finger. I know. Crazy, crazy thought, but that was the difference between them. So, yeah. Unless he goes out there and says he did it, that was, I mean, if Denny didn't say that, I'm pretty sure he would have got away with it. There's a big difference. That was intentional. No matter what Priest says, that was 1,000% intentional, and damn shame because both of them are having, good runs up to that point. But thanks for watching. Don't forget, it's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify for podcasters, Good Pods, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Audible, YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, CloudHub. The socials are, obviously Racing with Jesse Rosinski on Facebook, Racing Rosinski on Twitter, where I share a lot more stuff than the Facebook one. The Instagram page is coming. TikTok channel is Racing Rosinski, so you can see all my shorts and all my stuff that I do there. When I'm not putting up shows, so you can catch up that stuff real fast. Check out the other episodes I did, and importantly, check out the new Substack, Racing with Jesse Rosinski. It covers stuff that I cover here and stuff that I don't cover here, so it'll keep you informed on everything going on in the racing world, because there's so much. So, subscribe to that, get on the mailing list. That'll help out too, and share the hell of everything. Yeah, the more you share, the more eyes get on it, and the better that Substack thing can be, because I think that could be really special if we get it going. But I appreciate all of you, and until we meet again, check out the rest of them, share the hell out of everything, and bye-bye. Peace.